Yeah, everyone we played against, we loved, and it was all in good spirits. Even against that Lions team, FC
Lions.
I don't know, whatever that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to talk about that because that was a season-defining moment.
Yeah.
So the spitting incident against Beaconsfield away, like, talk to me about that. Like, how did that come about? Because obviously
That was early in the season, and listen, tempers always run high in football, and there was a challenge where a guy spat at Dev, allegedly. He says he was spitting the 3G out. Whatever way it was, it got about 20 million views online. Amazing content. Shout out Big Dev, by the way, what a legend.
Another one was an internal fight between FC Lions. Didn't they fight each other on the pitch?
Yeah, the goalkeeper.
Yes, their keeper and their defender had an incident. There's been a few incidents with that team.
What's the beef with them? What's the beef?
I've got no beef. Listen.
No, so what it was, I think it started as they used to have a couple of seasons ago, they used to have a second team.
That's it, yeah.
And a few of us went and played for. It's good, yeah?
Recommend this.
A few of us went and played for that.
Get a badge in, mate, get a badge in. I've got to drive back, you know.
Yeah, you'll be right.
A few of us played for the Lions second team a few years ago, and it ended up being that the second team were better than the first team.
Right.
And the manager, Will, who's the Lions manager now, just left. He didn't like it, and he used to message us saying, "You're playing for the first team this week," and we'd be like, "No, we're playing for the seconds, or we're not playing." Like, and that was kind of like escalating. And then we left, and obviously the next season, this season, we set up our own team. And I think the beef was a bit of that. He was a bit of like bitter, a bit
bitter because we started.
And we're doing what he always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like he tried to film a few games. He's done a few, nothing like what we do, but yeah. And I just think it's just like,
because by the looks of it, he was happy to see the back of you. I see all the memes and stuff like that that he posted once you guys have lost the league and stuff like that.
But when we see him, he's nice and complimentary, loves it.
Oh, right. So
and then online, it's like,
yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah, feed it to the Lions, mate.
Feed it to the Lions. Okay, fair enough. Another one is the Maidenhead's sideline scraps. I think it was with you. So the sidelines are kind of pushing you over and all the rest of it. Like,
listen, at Bisham, there's no stand, right? So the management, the subs, the fans are on the touchline.
Literally.
Milo is Milo, right? Yeah. So as he gets to the sideline, there's a little bit of kicking and shoving, and
just a bit.
That's it. Simple.
Okay.
Sorry, can I just add that I scored a first half hat-trick and we won, and I think they didn't like that, but...
No, they didn't like that bit. No.
There was the fractured eye socket versus Pumas.
Oh, fucking hell, Dan Hunt.
I just watched it this morning.
That
nasty.
Was brutal. That boy, Dan Hunt, is a fucking Viking. Honestly.
Because he played on, didn't he, for a little bit?
Oh,
he played the whole fucking game, mate, and then he went to the hospital, fractured eye socket, 2 months out, big surgery. Dan Hunt, man.
Right, best game of the season?
Good question.
Maybe Masters at home?
Yes.
Bucks and Bucks semi.
Masters.
Quarter final.
Yeah.
What a team they are, by the way. Big up Jimbo, big up everyone.
What was the score in that one?
We won 3-1.
3-1 on the 3G at Bisham.
Yeah.
In the quarters of the Bucks and Bucks.
Okay.
Good game, and those boys are funny, man. There's good banter between us and them.
There is.
And I think I'm right in saying that they've formed Masters Tigers or whatever it is.
The joint collab next season.
Mr. Lions or whatever it is. I don't know. So good luck to it. Miles, you got a big job on your hands, mate. Good luck to you. But I know you, Miles, and I know you set your team up to purely because of us, and now we're gone, so it's peak. Best moment of the season for me, probably winning the semi-final of the Bucks and Bucks and getting into the final against Inter Versa. That cup's huge, and for us in our debut season to get to the final is massive. Obviously, I hate losing, but on the night we weren't quite there. We were riddled with injuries, and FC Batco, what a team! They're just fucking beasts.
I got a question from them as well. They said, "When's the content coming out?"
You can have the content. We're not hiding it. 500 quid and it's yours.
Right, you ready for some fan questions?
Yes. Hit me.
You answer them. Right, so.
You gonna say who they're from?
Do you want me to say who they're from?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we're doing it.
Right, this comes from FC Lions.
Here we go.
I've got it there as proof.
Yeah.
Where did it all go wrong? Where does he pinpoint the beginning of failure?
Not a bad question. It was, I wouldn't necessarily call it failure. No. Getting to the Bucks and Bucks final and pretty much win the league in our first season. I think he's tried about 15 years to do that. So where it all went wrong. What game was it after the production stopped and all that? I can't remember.
I just can't help but get by with my leg break, to be honest.
But yeah, probably the Lane End game where he broke his leg, I'd say, is where the downfall began.
Question from Josh Brown. How did they not win the league with the calibre of players he had? And also the High Wycombe Cup eyes emoji?
Oh, the League Cup. League Cup, we had Lions and we didn't have any players, so we just let him win it.
Yeah.
We had Craig in goal, and look, League Cup's League Cup. And that was in our Berks and Bucks run as well.
Yeah. No, that game definitely that we had a weak team.
Yeah.
And we had like Theo Edwards does all our social media, things like that. Big up Theo. he's playing in defence, and he said to me he can't see the ball and he can't head it. And we had, do you know what I mean? It's one of those games where it was their cup final and we weren't too fussed about the League Cup.
Right.
Easy excuse to make, but that was what it is.
Yeah, and he said, what was the question?
He said,
how do we throw the league away with that calibre of players?
That when you get that calibre of players, they've got Saturday football, not bigger and better things, but that's what you want to call it in their lives. That's their priority. They play on a Saturday, got a Tuesday game. They don't want to play 3 games in 4 days. So Sunday it just gets pied off.
Yeah.
And then we're left to choose from players that we haven't been choosing, and then they're like, well, and they've not played together, you know, and some of them might be like, well, you didn't want me last week and now you want me this week, and it is very political, and
let's not forget that we had that game towards the end of the season where we were 6 points clear. We just had to turn up and win, and we'd had the league and we couldn't get 11 players together. So
it's our own fault.
It's our own fault, and that's why I've said to Marcus and I said to the boys, I'm not sure we necessarily deserve to win the league, because there's other teams that every time they would play us, despite the fact we would win, literally through the kitchen sink at the game, and they'll continue to do so. They've been doing it years. If we can't get 11 players together against bottom of the league, then
this one comes in from Ben from Denny United.
Big up Denham.
So he said,
bye Stacey.
He asked, how much did they spend?
Right, great question.
Bishop
Let
Abbey
me just explain to people.
Okay.
I don't want to go into too much detail because it's not about money and me talking about all that shit, but I'd say on average a home game filmed by your instant replay plus cameraman plus editor plus pitch was about 600 quid a game. £500-600 a game. Yeah.
So
which, listen, we had sponsors.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just coming out of my pocket. We had good sponsors. I'm fortunate enough to be able to sponsor some of it with a couple of my businesses. Yeah, it's expensive. It's a big investment, but that's why
I asked about
30 million views later.
Yeah, we've got a monetised YouTube.
We've got a monetised YouTube channel. By the way, I've got a YouTube channel with 16,000 subscribers, millions of views, monetised, for sale. So if anyone out there wants a channel, I know a few of you are sniffing around, shout me.
But you're saying £600 a game for what? So a pitch was what?
Pitch admission was 250, 300 quid.
Yeah. To film your instant replay is not cheap. So.
No, not cheap at all. And then,
even though you do a great job.
Great job, your instant replay. And then it's cameraman, editor.
Cameraman, editor. So £600 a game.
500-600 quid a game.
Plus everyone thinks I was on 300 as well.
Yeah, plus people think...
You're 300 a week, please.
People think that payers were played. You can go in, Dunham. People think that's one of my...
Say hello then. You got to say hello.
That's one of my favourite ones that people thought I paid players.
Yeah.
If I'm paying, or between the club, we're paying £500-600 a game, there's no way I'm paying a penny to a player.
So you can write off the myth, he wasn't paying players.
That is God's honest truth on my life. A player never got played.
And we had a nightmare collecting subs from everyone, and that is fact that everyone paid subs.
Yeah, a few man are guilty out there. And if I was to get that debt list out, boy, Jesus.
Oh God. Okay, and why have they folded after one season?
Sorry, babe. The reason we folded is because I can't commit personally to another season with everything else that's going on. This business, Naughty and Nice, is at a great stage now. We've got summer coming up and a big year ahead next year where we're starting to do loads of events, likely to be over a weekend. So what I don't want to do is get cracking and then all of a sudden we've got to go away for an event Sunday. I can't be there, there's no gaffer there, and then it just falls apart again.
Yeah.
So I'd rather wait, get the businesses where they need to be, and then we look at going again maybe Saturdays.
And the toughest team that you played against?
That Maidenhead game, the last game of the season was... Yeah, true. Toughest game.
Maybe Denham, because again they've won.
Denham, when we played Denham away, when I was a touchline man, I was watching in my van. That was they're decent. They're a decent side. But other than that, it was a bit.
Maybe say Masters was a great game. It was the Berks and Bucks quarter-final. We were 1-0 down until 10 minutes to go.
Yeah,
it was a great game. And then we just have that in us where we just flick the switch. We scored 3 goals in the last 10 minutes, beat them 3-1.
Yeah.
But Masters was a great game. Yeah.
Any messages out there for anybody who might be watching this? Some of the haters from your league, or some of the nicer teams in your league?
To all the haters, I love you. Thank you for everything, for the content. It's been amazing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. And listen, it's all love. It's all love. I'm glad that we came in, we gave everyone a bit of entertainment. We've inspired people to start their channels. I wish everyone the best of luck, genuinely, from my heart. I really do. There's no beef. There's no drama. It's all love.